welcome to our podcast, Tamara Reid.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
I'm absolutely thrilled. And like I mentioned before we press record on this, I think your little bio that you sent through to me and on your website, I have to read it because I think it's just so you. So it's a blend and a pump of retinol, a bubble of champagne, a spritz of dry shampoo, a sprinkle of sugar, finished with a glow under the LED light, and you've got Tamara Reid. And I absolutely feel like that is so you. You've got so many moving parts, and I'm so happy for you to share with our listeners and have you on today about the world of Tamara. So, where did it all begin?
Thank you. Yeah, look, I'm just one tired mummy hanging in there, coffee by coffee and champagne by champagne. So it made the most sense. But no, I obviously didn't begin as a mummy. I've only been a mummy for the last 5 years, but I'm a therapist first and foremost. So I started my studies now 18 years ago. And without telling you the long story, the short story is, I get itchy feet. And so I moved from being a therapist into working on the cruise ships, and
Yeah.
then I wanted to start, trying to educate people, and then I moved swiftly into sales. And through both of those career pathways, then I found that there was this common gap where I was on the road visiting loads of different salons and clinics, and everyone was asking me what's happening out in the industry,
Mm.
but don't tell anyone else what we're doing. And
Oh,
so I
that good old
created.
nutshell.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure you hear that every single day, right?
Mm.
And so, yeah, I created an online community, which shortly grew to 10,000 people, which was beauty industry. And
Yep.
then, of course, the world crumbled through COVID, and the government had no idea how or what to direct beauticians, as they were calling us. And
Hmm.
so I set up ABIC along with Carla McDiarmid, Faye Murray, and Gay Wardle. And we were just helping navigate the industry to government to let them know actually our PPE and our sterilization is so incredible, more so than anyone else. And then through that, that's when I had my first son, and yeah, he threw my whole entire world upside down. And Instagram mummy life was not actual reality.
Yep.
And so I moved into corporate world, and I was global head of strategic partnerships for a corporate. And then the last 18 months, I've gone out again on my own, and now I'm B2B brand marketing, managing and consulting.
Yep. Yep. It's amazing. And you've also, I think you should go back a step because you had your son, but then you've had more kids. And
Yeah.
you're a wife, and like you're juggling it all. So maybe for anyone that doesn't know, you had twins.
I had twins. I know. It's the old thing of no, I had no idea that I was going to have twins. Yes, they are in the family, but like way, way, way back. And so my son, his birth was an absolute mess of mayhem. And we just thought, what else could the world throw at us? Let's have one more. Surely we're going to get an angel child. And then they gave us two angel children. So yeah, we were very smug going into that appointment, and then came out in tears. But no, we love them now.
I can imagine. And I think if you were to grab your phone and have a look now, and you were to look for, you're on Instagram under Tamara Reid,
Yes.
most people would say you've got it together and how you're managing all that. Because I think there's, lots of people in our industry, they have one child and I see them have the second child and things start to crumble a bit. And I don't know if I want this business anymore. And how do I do that? And I didn't put enough in place beforehand. I,
Yes.
I think the juggle and all those roles, yes, you've got like a little bit of more, like you've done a lot of things, like being a therapist, working on cruise ships, being an educator. How do you manage that? There's got to be something in that because it's a lot.
Yes, it is a lot. I mean, yeah, I have three children under four. At one stage, three children under two. So it is crazy. But I put it down to two things. Number one, I'm the most organized person you will ever meet in your whole entire life. right? So, like, it's December right now. My Christmas presents have been wrapped since October. Like, I am an absolute psycho, like A type, OCD, just personality. I have to have structure and I just love that. And that's how I thrive. It's how my family thrives. And just everything is organized. And I couldn't do anything without that, you know? And people go, how do you even do your makeup? Well, I wake up an hour before my kids do so I can wash my hair and do my makeup, you know? And that's important to me because I
Mm.
am on camera and I'm on stage and I just like to present that way. And it's not important to others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the second part is that I have an incredible husband who helps in the most equal 50-50 way. And we always say, Team Reid, and this is a partnership, and it really is. Sometimes he works back late at night till 7 o'clock, and sometimes I have to be up at 4 o'clock to catch a flight. So it
I
just
saw
is
you the
what
other
it is.
day. I did. I saw you the other day. I thought she's on the plane. Oh my goodness. This poster was like 5:10. And I thought, what is she doing? So yeah, it is a partnership, isn't it, that you have with the person that you live with, and they've got to help you in that process. I often hear men say, I've got to babysit the children. I think they're your
Mm,
children.
no, that does not fly in my house.
So when you talk about organizing and being up early, because like I'm that person too. So I'm very organized, and yes, you can see behind me there's Christmas presents wrapped, and most people are like, what do you mean? It's all got a bow on it. And I think, yeah, but I do that for a reason. And the reason is I don't have to worry about it in the next few weeks. It's done. So what other things would you do that you put into your life? Like, I'll give you an example of me because I just want to explain one thing is I can get my clothes out the night before and people go, oh, that's weird, but I reckon you do that too.
Yes, yeah, I'm a bit like that. I'm like this in personalized and professional life, right? I I outsource things that I'm not good at. Okay,
Good.
so
Tell me.
I am not good at cooking. So you best believe that that is outsourced, right? So I get dinner ladies, and then all I have to do is make a little salad or make vegetables or something like that.
Yeah.
I have most things on subscription. So like toilet paper, tissues, paper towel.
Ah,
Again, just there are little things that fall off the to-do list and the grocery
yeah.
list. And there's no way I'm getting in my or out of my jammies at 9 p.m. at night to run up to Woolies and get toilet paper. It's just not in me. So, I think that we just have to outsource things that we're not good at. But
Yeah.
in business, we often go, oh, we have to replace ourselves. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, you don't replace yourself. You just find the things that you either don't like doing or you're not good at and get someone else or something else to do them.
Yeah, and if there's things you do enjoy, like I crazily enjoy ironing, and people, "Ooh, what do you mean?" But I feel like I can. It's not even multitask. I feel like I do two things. Sometimes I can listen to a podcast and I iron, or there's those things. So I think there's some things that you can hold on to, and others outsource it within an inch of its life.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Cleaning is one of them for me. My kids just make a mess. My cleaner comes here and I look around the house and then 20 minutes later it's an absolute bomb shelter again,
Like that. Yeah.
And one of my girlfriends, she loves the same thing but grocery shopping. She puts her podcast in and strolls through the aisles. I'm like, that is 2 hours that I can be doing something else. So I
Mm.
always get it just sent to my house. So it's just for me about being prepared and efficient.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is there anything else? Like, because I feel like people know those like they know some of them, but then they don't put them on repeat. So it is simple things maybe to you and I, but they don't do it. What else do you do? Dinner, toilet paper, subscriptions to things. What else?
Yes. Cleaner, the post is a big thing for me. The line at my post office is mental. So instead of like getting it sent to the post, I get it sent to like one of those little what do they call? Almost like a locker. So then you can just put the
Oh,
pin
yes.
in, open the door, no
Yeah.
wasting time. And then if it's not in the daytime, like a 9 to 5 when the post is open, you can still get it after hours. Like there's so
Yeah.
many little life hacks, I'm sure.
Yeah. And if you need to send things, you don't have to go there. You could use Sendle or like any of those companies that are really simple.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us about now what you do, because I think we understand B2B and B2C, but maybe the listeners don't. So Inside Industry is your company name.
Yes.
Yeah. So give us a bit more insights on what you do there and what does all that mean around B2B?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, in the industry, if I can kind of just take a zoom out approach for a second,
Yeah.
you've got the B2C side, which is salon and therapist, who are the business serving the consumer or the client, B2C.
Yep.
And then you've got B2B, which is brands, people like yourself, podcasters, coaches, educators, mentors, trainers, all that kind of section of the industry who serve the salon owner and they're the business owner. So that's B2B. And so I work on the B2B side. I don't do any work with the salons trying to market to new clients
Yeah.
or retain their clients. That's not who I'm talking to. I work with the brands in that kind of creator educator space to help them better understand and then talk to the salon owner. Because what I was finding was the salon owners were telling me things like, I can't afford right now to place an opening order that's more than $2,500. And
Yeah.
then I'm seeing the brands collate their opening orders and they're like between $5,000 and $10,000. And I was going,
Mm.
but she's telling me over here she can't afford more than 2,500 on an opening order. So if you're doing a 5,000 or a 10,000, there's no way they can buy into your brand. Little tiny things like that. So yeah, it just helps the salon owners be better heard, better understood, and then it helps the brands tailor their messaging and tailor where they show up, where they sponsor, and what their kind of offering looks like.
It's the awareness and the clarity, isn't it? And like maybe their marketing strategy, because as much as you could, think as a company, oh, let's have a brand that's, $10,000 to do an opening order. There is, and it's so true. Like there's so many companies and businesses that can't afford that.
Yes, yep,
So
exactly.
many.
And everything from how they train these days. So obviously, digital training, virtual training is big, but
Mhm.
sexy stuff like VIP events or intimate dinners or education seminars that the stockists actually want to have, the salon owners and therapists want to go to, but the
Yes.
brands go, oh no, all they want is virtual these days. And it's like, no, no, the pendulum's actually swinging back the other way.
I agree. And I feel like even the vibe is a lot of the old school marketing's coming back. Are you seeing a lot of that? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I was chatting to someone this morning about it because I feel like that personal touch is so important now with all the moving parts. And I think I remember you doing a post not long ago, and I actually saw it only the day before, and it was about Maya. And I think you can look at all the different companies around, but they're really honing in on looking after you with maybe levels or, perks that they have. And I think if you don't do that as a business, you fall behind.
Absolutely. Yeah, the personalization in 2026 is what's going to drive everyone. Everyone's doing the Mecca Beauty Loops, the now
Yeah.
Maya, loyalty systems. We're looking at subscriptions. We're looking at memberships. Anything that anyone can do from a salon owner or therapist point of view that connects with the client and says, this is personalized to you and your skin and where you're at in this very moment, that's where they're going to win. And then same on the brand side, same on the educator and the coach and the podcast side. If you can connect with a clinic that says, this is why you're perfect for us, or this is tailored to your clinic, it's not just a kind of blueprint that we use for every single one of our clients. That's really where the gold is.
Yeah, that's great. And is it for to someone listening, would you do something around if they were having an event at their um clinic, spa, would you go in and actually help them, or online you'd help them what to do, what to put together? Is that what you do as well?
I help the brands do that. So, for example, I work with many different skincare brands, and we've just restructured one of the Australian skincare cosmeceutical brands, their
Yeah.
loyalty programs. And I was saying to them, okay, so do like an event in a box, for example. So, when the stockist phones up and says, I've got an event in January, we want to kick off the summer year, what can we do? You send out this VIP event in a box, and it's got brochures, it's got, all of these beautiful things in it. Plus, you get your BDM there for the evening. They can
Yeah,
do consults, you get the educator
love it.
there as well. So it's more so giving the brands the tools so that when the stockist calls up and asks for help, that's what they're going to get.
That's brilliant. And salons want that. I know I hear it all the time. Like I need my rep to come and support me on this. Like I feel like salon owners don't feel supported there. So what you're doing is getting them to see what someone else doesn't. And I think that's gold. Yeah, it's really, really good. So, as someone you've seen in the industry, it's evolved over the years, you've been in the industry a long time. What trend do you feel like is having a real shift and impact moving forward into, say, 2026?
I'm going to be the most annoying person and say AI
Yeah,
because
that's okay.
I think, and I've said this frequently, but what our industry is worried about is that the AI, the computers, the robots are going to do the treatments.
Yeah,
And that is never going to happen. Okay. So
no.
everyone can shoulders down. What
Yeah, yeah,
AI will do is it'll get better at communicating to your clients. So, for example, it'll send out, your consult forms more personalized, as we were kind of saying, or it will pick up that a client has ticked A, B, and C on the consult form, and then scoot that to the therapist before the treatment to say, "Hey, we've already read this entire consult form. We can kind of give you a little summary which says A, B, and C. And P.S., we kind of think that this is the right treatment pathway and the right products associated, but you're the professional. So let's leave that into your hands." But
yeah.
we don't have time as therapists to read sometimes a double or even a 3 or a 4 page consultation form in 15 minutes that you've also got to clean, retowel, turn over the bed, have a sip of water, maybe quickly duck to the bathroom and do a wee, right? So
Yeah.
if the AI can kind of summarize what that consult form says and
Mm.
give us a kickstart in terms of the treatment prescription or the product prescription, that is gold for time in terms of the
Oh,
treatment room.
it's so easy. I was listening to a client yesterday, actually two this week, and their software actually enables them to give that prescription. And then when the client leaves, if there was four products they recommended and they only took two, it sends an email afterwards to say, this is actually like what you missed out on as such. And,
Yes.
the client makes the decision. But you know what? It's sort of like that, when you're online shopping and you don't actually press purchase and it comes back and emails you, you're still interested in this, you think, oh, I forgot about that. Like, because you
Yeah.
got busy. So I think what an opportunity for an additional sale, connection to the client and so on. So I couldn't agree with you more. Like, I feel like AI is like, get onto it.
Yes. And then, even from coming back to what we were saying before about that kind of opening order, if
Mm,
you had, let's call it $2,500 and you wanted to look for a new brand, there's
mm,
like 57 new brands out there on the market. And so,
yeah,
how can you Google them all and try and find them and then go through all of their portals, speak to a BDM, find what their opening order is? Find out that it's too much, and then you've got to go back to the drawing line. So things like AI will scour the internet and say, okay,
mm,
XYZ brand has this opening order. It's this many SKUs. You have to order $1,000 every single month versus this brand who does A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? And then you can say to the Facebook groups, because I see everyone asking in the Facebook groups, what product should I ask, or,
yeah,
what product
yeah.
should I stock on my shelf? Then you can say, hey, this AI platform has recommended these top 3 brands for me. Now I want to ask you, what's your experience like with the BDMs? What's the training like? What do they actually do support wise? So that kind of like vetting process is half the way done. And then you've just got
Well,
to find out what the actual culture of the company is like.
that's right. And I think it takes away that mindset around worrying about how much it's going to cost to get the product in. It's the
Yes.
after service that we're always, oh, they don't do that, or this doesn't happen, or this company's great, or that brand's awesome at that. So, yeah, it does make a difference if you can fit that in. And I think even AI for, whether you take it on as full time or not, but AI for receptionists, like imagine
Mm.
having that while you sleep. Like you can have somebody answering the phone of your business and directing them. And it has to, I'm pretty sure it has to intertwine with your websites and so forth. So they have to be really up to date. But that's gold.
Yeah, when you look at the website traffic, I'm getting a bit nerdy now, but of the basic salon, it's between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. is the busiest time. Now,
Yeah.
you don't have a receptionist. You're not going to pay someone to pick up the phone during that time. And if you don't have online bookings, which still a lot of people don't have online bookings because they're nervous of relinquishing control, well, then that's when the kind of AI receptionist can pick up, the slack there.
Yeah, exactly. And you think about that for you or I, and I know what my answer is when do you book a blow wave or a skin treatment if you haven't rebooked, or maybe it's a one-off and you're in that town
Yeah.
when you travel, what time do you do it?
Always 10:30, 11 o'clock at least.
Yeah, mine's always after 7, always.
Yes.
And I think, and most people they jump on their phones at night. They, get on social presence. Like it's all of that is happening more in the evening, and that's when your business is closed. So I feel like an AI receptionist, even if you have a beautiful person there, to be able to go, well, it's not an answering machine anymore. It's AI. You got to turn it on.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So, no, that's really good. And I've probably got a question for you because I think there's so many moving parts of your business. Is if someone was to come and get advice from you or thinking about maybe your younger self, because you're still really young, but your younger self, what's maybe a piece of advice if you were just starting in our industry and you're a therapist, what would it be that you would give them?
Oh, that is a really good question. You're asking some good ones today.
Oh,
Look, one of my favorites is Not My Circus, Not My Monkeys. And it's just, you can get really distracted by the noise in your salon with your teammates, or the noise in the town, or the noise in the industry at large, the noise in the brands. And I just think we kind of have to remove ourselves sometimes and say, that's not my circus. It's not my monkeys. Is it going to impact me? Is it impacting my treatments? Is it impacting my clients, my business? And if the answer is no, then just release it.
Yeah, it's like staying in your own lane, isn't it? Just stay
Yeah,
there and just keep going. Yeah,
completely.
amazing. Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to this? I'd like to know if there's anything that you want to share or promote or with our industry. If there's anything there that you want, any goodness that you want to add to it, I'm more than happy for you to share it with them, where we find you, what's the best way to get in contact with you.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest shifts we'll see, we've already seen it this year, but certainly next year is the year of the personal brand. And, it's where therapists draw clients in. They're attracting now the clients to them, their social media pages, and their
Yeah.
digital presence through their expertise. So therapists are jumping on TikTok and saying, hey, if you have dry skin, you need this. If you have dehydrated skin, try that. And so now the new way of finding a therapist or finding a salon isn't how it used to be. It's not really Google, it's through social media channels. And
Mm.
so therapists, I think, should encourage, well, business owners rather should
Own it.
encourage
Yeah.
their therapists, yeah,
Yeah.
to develop their personal brands, because the therapist is the billboard. And so I've had this huge revelation this year that that's what our industry needs to do better. In the US and the UK, they're incredible at it. And here in Australia, I think we're afraid of tall poppy syndrome. So no one wants to talk about themselves. But yeah, I challenge you in 2026, definitely try and increase your personal brand.
Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Tamara. I think it's such gold, and I think you're an amazing person. Like you fit everything in. Love watching you on socials. And if anyone's looking for you, it's Instagram would be the main one, Tamara
That's
Reid.
where I live. Yeah.
Yeah, Tamara Reid. So thank you so, so much. I wish you all the success and look forward to collaborating with you and helping you and vice versa in the future.
I've adored the conversation, Marie. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.